Hello guys, and welcome to the second video I have for you guys today. In this update, we're going to be taking a look at Invest 93S, which is a few days away from hitting Madagascar. As you can see, it's located at 15.9 south, 57.0 east. Maximum sustained winds are at 30 knots or 35 miles per hour. I do expect the tropical cyclone genesis to conclude by sometime tomorrow morning, Eastern Daylight Time. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. All right, as you can see, there's 1,003 millibars pressure to the system. So now we're going to take a look at, oh, well, we can't really take a look at that because it's down apparently. Let me refresh the page. Yeah, it's down. So we're just going to take a look at the still imagery here. As you can see, that's a pretty tight looking blob there. So this is the convection that's going to separate this from non-tropical genesis to tropical cyclone genesis. So as you can see, there's some darker colors shaded into here, and you can start to see the inflow, the outflow of this, and the bands that are starting to create here as we go out through the evening. Which I think there it's like really late. It's going into the morning hours there, where they are at right now. All right, so here's the GEFS tracking minimal MSLP, and as you can see, this goes here, there, and everywhere pretty much. At least the average line does. So as you can see, the peak pressure here gets down to 981 millibars. So that's a pretty decent Category 1 going on to Category 2 status. So Madagascar is going to have to pay attention to this and prepare accordingly for strong gusty winds, flash flooding, storm surge most likely, probably some wind damage to go along with that. And as you can see, after it gets past Madagascar, it does have a chance of re-intensifying after that. So we're gonna have to see what it does here for the main African continent country here going forward, because some of them get down to like 950, 940s, and all that other stuff. So that's pretty strong. We're gonna have to contend with. All right, so here is the GEPS tracking minimal MSLP, and as you can see, it's not really as strong as the GEFS here. So it pretty much peaks out at 991 millibars going into Madagascar or coming out of Madagascar. We don't know what this 72-hour mark is, so that's oh well. And then after that, it looks like it has some strengthening going on afterwards from a few spaghetti plots. All right, so here we are. We're taking a look at not the 12Z. We don't want the 12Z. We want the 18Z. All right, here we go. 18Z. All right, so here we go. This was initialized at 18Z, and this is from 6 hours from now. As you can see, there's not really anything there. So here's 24 hours out. I think this not much going there. 48 hours, now we're starting to really ramp up here. 999 millibars. As you can see, 19 knots of shear, which is it's not great, but it's enough to cause some strengthening. As you can see, the relative humidity here at the 300 to 850 millibar level is 78 degrees, or not 78 degrees, but 78%. 72 hours, and now we're getting into 982s to 979s. So let's see what we got here. Well, obviously, it's too close to land, so we can't really see what's going on. Oh, we can look here. So as you can see, there's 26 knots of shear, so that's not very good. But the relative humidity is at 94%, so that's pretty decent. So we're going to go and see. As you can see, it pretty much buries itself in from the 84-hour mark onwards to even past the 6-day mark. So Madagascar is going to have to deal with days of heavy rain here, and definitely some flash flooding concerns as we go out through time. As a matter of fact, let's take a look at the precipitation for this system. And as you can see, yeah, we're getting bombarded here. This is 300 millimeters to almost 500 millimeters, which is almost 14 to 21 inches of rain. Dude, that's nuts. You're definitely gonna see some flash flooding going on in Madagascar. Probably no questions asked at this point. That's gonna be the number one concern as of right now until I see some more development of this system. So please pay attention to rainfall. All right, so here is the CMC. This is initialized at 12Z as it only does 0Z and 12Z. So as you can see here, it doesn't really pick up the pace for development all that quickly like the GFS does. It makes a landfall as like 1,000 something millibars, like weak tropical storm, which is still enough, obviously, to cause some flooding concerns. As a matter of fact, after we take a look at the 5-day range, we're gonna take a look at that. And as you can see here in the main country of Africa, it's hitting their western coast at a 991 millibar tropical storm. So that's still pretty decent going forward. So no, that's not what I wanted. That's definitely not what I wanted. Excuse me, I messed up a little bit. Sorry, guys. All right, here we are back here. Now we're gonna take a look at the total precipitation here, and as you can see, it's showing pretty much almost the same exact thing as the GFS in terms of rainfall. As you can see, these brighter yellows are taking over here. And that's indicative of, like I said, 300 to maybe 450 millimeters of rain, which is just about, 13 to 19 inches of rain, which is concerning for flooding in these areas. All right, so here is the icon. And as you see, we are not at 18Z. We're not prepared today for some whatever reason. All right, so here we are. This was initialized 18Z, and as you can see, we're at 1,004 millibars. So we're going to go out through time here. 24 hours, we're at 1,006. And as you can see, the icon is pretty much the same as the CMC, going into Madagascar as a weak tropical cyclone. But we're going to see what it does going forward here. So as you can see, it gets another chance to strengthen just a tad bit. This is a moderate tropical storm that is going into the main country of Africa. And as we can see here, we're going to take a look at the 5-day totals. So as you can see on the coast here of Madagascar, since that's our main focus for right now, is Madagascar. You can see that these, like I said, the bright yellows are popping up here. So this is indicative of 250 to like 300 millimeters of rain, which is pretty decent. And once again, that's 3 miles that are showing flash flood concerns for Madagascar. Um, so please pay attention to that going forward through time. All right, so here is the. You know what? We're gonna take a look at the 18Z and see what's up. So here is the 18Z, and this only goes out to 72 hours. This is brand new for tropical tidbits. Is now we're gonna start getting the 6C and the 18Z Euro, which only goes out 72 hours. But 72 hours is enough to cover what we need to cover right now. As you can see, this was initialized at 18Z, and we're at 1,005 millibars for the system, and then still 1,005, 1,005. So European doesn't really do too much with it until maybe after it crosses the Madagascar coast. Too bad we cannot see the precipitation amounts here, so we're gonna have to deal with that accordingly. Anyways, that is gonna be it for today. If 90E is still around tomorrow, I'll make another video on that, and I'll make another video on this as well. I want to thank you guys for watching. Have a nice day. Stay weather aware in Madagascar, and I'll keep you guys covered. Peace out.